And it's very scary.
Yeah. Just like when they make the decision
Jump
here.
curves.
Yeah, right. Same type of thing.
And the only need was Eastside High. You're in faster than Dak Prescott for a first down. And then High East, or East Kent High. It's like, oh, those guys.
Well, and then when I read part of your article, they said that, it
Still better than the Eagles.
Hey.
This our quarterback will have a job next
You
year.
really think so?
Yeah. Our quarterback will still have a job next year.
On what? He's like, oh, God. And Eastside High started worse than the three.
Okay, I get it. Thank you.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. And hope everyone is nice and warm. Welcome to the Winslow Township Board of Education's regular Board of Education meeting. Today is Wednesday, January 26, 2022, and we are opening up in the media center. Public notice of this meeting was given to all board members and associates. The notice is dated January 6, 2022, and January 14, 2022. Adequate and electronic notice of this public meeting has been provided, specifying the time, place, and manner in which this meeting is being conducted. It was advertised in the Courier Post, posted in all schools, the administration office, the municipal building, the library, the Bud Center, Edgewood Acres, Elmtown, and the Winslow Township Post Office. And this is our mission statement. The mission of the Winslow Township School District, a large, diverse, and growing community, is to educate all students to become independent, lifelong learners, critical thinkers, and caring and competent members of their community. The district, in partnership with the community, and in a climate of cooperation and mutual respect, will provide an academic environment which values excellence and diversity, encourages students to strive for personal excellence, and assist them in acquiring the knowledge, skills, and attitudes necessary to contribute positively to a rapidly changing world. Roll call, please.
Mr. Blake,
Present.
Ms. Dredden, Ms. Martin, present, Ms. Moore, present, Ms. Davis, present, Mr. Shaw,
Present.
Ms. Thomas,
Ms. Thomas will be joining us by phone this evening.
are you making that contact now? I'll read Ms. Peterson, present, Ms. Pitt,
Present.
okay, we'll wait for Ms. Thomas.
Your call has been forwarded.
There.
Okay, okay.
We have a quorum.
Okay, can we stand for the pledge of allegiance? pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our 2021-2022 district goals are as follows. Number one, student achievement. Our goal is to continue to implement best practices for delivering instruction to students, utilizing all available and appropriate instructional models. This shall include A, ensuring articulation at all grade levels throughout the district. B, focusing on innovative classroom instruction at all grade levels. C, ensuring all students have equal access to equipment and resources needed to facilitate and promote student learning in any setting. D, evaluation and updating all district programs, including athletics and extracurricular activities. And E, accountability of all district staff. Goal number two, continue to foster a positive school environment that is conducive to teaching and learning. 5, letter A, focusing on building relationships among staff and families that will result in increased learning and more effective instruction. B, emphasizing and placing an emphasis on collaboration with all district stakeholders. And C, promoting an inclusive, diverse, and compassionate learning environment. And our third goal, market our strengths and achievements to all stakeholders to increase capacity for greater participation, greater parent, caregiver, and community support by number A, continuing with our public relations marketing plan. B, continuing to work with the various advisory committees in the district. And C, examining communication methods utilized by the district. At this point, board members, we're going to go into our interview of our citizen advisory candidates, and we will do this very, very non-complicated. Whoever is scheduled for, we have our schedule of candidates, and we have our questions, and so each candidate will be asked the exact same question. Mr. Blake, we'll start with you, we'll simply go around. The 6 o'clock person, then Mr. Evans, and then we'll go around. We'll all asking the same question. And understand that we do have 10 minutes, and we will go around and utilize that 10 minutes, and at the end of the 10 minutes, once we completed the interviews, we will recess into our executive session and make a determination. Any questions for them?
Just for clarification purposes, I'm going to, for the first candidate, I'm going to ask questions 1 and 2, and then
Yes,
whoever
everyone,
wanted
each
to.
board member is going to ask question 1 and 2.
Wait, I'm still not clear. So I'm going to ask the first candidate question 1 and question 2?
Yes.
You're in complete control for the first interview.
Okay, and then I'm off
It's
the,
all on you.
okay, and then the
We're gonna sit
second
there and be
one.
marveled by you because you lead us all the time. It's a great day in
The
Winslow.
great thing is, I'm gonna make sure.
Okay, any other questions? We're okay? Okay, Ms.
So
Boyle,
we'll have the first candidate,
Letitia,
Letitia Thomas. I said here. Here, good? Yeah.
Let's put the other candidates here so they don't hear the exact same
Yes, that's
question.
what I was thinking. I was thinking that too. Are there any other, are you candidates?
No.
No. Ms. Ingraldi, are there others waiting now?
I haven't seen anybody,
And
but
Mrs. Boyle,
I'll check.
Ms. Thomas is trying to call through, but she can't get in because we're in the dungeon-like conditions. Could you try her? She's been calling Ms. Peterson, but she texted, said it's not called, not going through because of, well, I guess the,
Because of it.
yeah.
Well, we're, so that we're gonna hold you, Ms. Thomas. Am I correct in your, pronouncing your name? correct?
Yes, Tish is fine.
Okay,
Tish.
so that we won't hold you up and run into other, this is just a brief technical situation. We'll take now. We'll start with Mr. Great.
Good evening. It's a great day in Winslow. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you, sir?
I'm great.
Good.
So I'm gonna ask you two questions, but these are two-part questions. They're so easy. You'll do fine.
Okay.
Question number one, as a resident, how long have you lived in Winslow? And here's a trick question, which ward?
Word one.
Okay,
My husband's family's owned property in Winslow since 1950s. I've lived there personally since 2005.
okay. Nice. As a resident, have you ever volunteered in any capacity within the school district?
No, not in the school district.
Easy questions, right? Okay. Question number two. Having an understanding of the committee's guidelines and procedures, what strengths do you possess that would be an asset to the committee?
Well, I'm highly organized. I believe that giving is a part, I do giving in other ways, not necessarily at the school. I do not have children in the school system. My grandchildren are in high school, other places, two other townships. And I believe in giving back. I saw this came in the mail, and I did not hesitate to fill it out and return it immediately, the request for, my information, so you could interview me, so.
Nice, and one last question. Having an understanding of the committee's guidelines and procedures, what are your goals if appointed to the committee?
I would like to just, there's a couple things I could suggest, which I could do at a board meeting. But being part of a committee and being on a more intimate level with the board, I think it's just an opportunity to, it's a tough job. And sometimes when you get an extra hand, many hands make light work.
That's all I have. Any questions? Did a great job.
And we are at 6:10, Ms. Fitz.
Thank you, Ms. Palmer.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, would you, should I stay or?
Well, actually, the choice is yours, because once we go out into the cafeteria, the first thing that I will do is to call the list of the people who are accepted. Now, you can either stay, or or we'll contact you. It's your
Okay,
choice.
that's fine. All right,
Okay.
thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next person scheduled is Ms. Rosemary Hoffman. So I'm not sure how to Ms. Peterson, I moved the rabbit ears, and so Ms. Thomas is here with us. Yes, it's so late. Thank you. Is Ms. Hoffman? Is Ms. Hoffman waiting for the interview? Ms. Chico, can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you check the front in the cafeteria to make sure that the candidates, they are
I
here?
just came from the cafeteria, nobody was there. Gonna check in the front to see if somebody's trying to get in the front of the building.
Is the building unlocked?
I'm not sure, I just need to go in.
Probably not, and it shouldn't be.
Can you wait at the door in case someone comes through? No, the cafeteria, that door is open. Ms. Ingraldi or any of the candidates waiting out front?
No, there's nobody else waiting.
Somebody just forwarded a message to me, and it's saying, Megan Byer, she sent it, she said she's not sure why she sent it to her, but she sent it to me. It's from Rosemary Hoffman, saying that she was scheduled for an interview tonight. However, I find that I am unable to attend because of impaired vision due to an eye doctor appointment. I am not sure how to get in touch with anyone, as I am emailing the committee chairs. I deeply regret this cancellation, but it is unsafe for me to drive. Is it possible to reschedule?
Okay, what you can do, and let her know that Ms. Martin will contact her. to respond.
Okay, oh, you want to respond directly to Ms. Hoffman?
No, just go.
There's a bunch of people right there. Okay, so,
Can you do that for me?
yes.
Yeah, we can come up with it. And this young lady here, this, she comes, she should be with us. Go ahead. Come on, lady.
Oh, yes, okay, we're gonna have you all take seats out here, and we'll call you in one at a time when it's time for your interview.
Mrs. Rowley
Okay,
is,
thank you.
Missing Crosby?
Yes,
any of these ladies, would that be Jennifer Ma?
yes, we have that spot right here. Over here.
Come, you come right now.
Okay, great, thank you.
Because what we can, because we get Mr. Hoffman. Okay? When you feel it, you will.
Hello, Ms. Moss, how are you?
I'm good, how are you tonight?
We just have two questions for you.
Okay.
Each question is two parts, so I'll read them to you and then give you time to answer. So question one, as a resident, how long have you lived in Winslow and in which ward?
I live in Ward 4, and I've been a Winslow resident since 2001.
That was easy. And second part of question one is, have you ever volunteered in any capacity within the school district?
I volunteered at the uniform swap, and I did volunteer work at School 3 when my son attended there.
And that would be through the HSA.
No, it was helping out with the book fair.
And question two also has two parts, and it both goes with this understanding, having an understanding of the committee's guidelines and procedures. So the first part of the question is, what strengths do you possess that would be an asset to the committee?
I do a lot of advocate work. I do work at a school for children with disabilities, so I'm very involved in community support as far as integrating students and families into the community and getting them involved in school activities. So I would like to be that bridge to bridge that gap between families not knowing what they have access to through the schools and getting them more involved in the school activities.
And part two of the question is still with understanding the committee's guidelines and procedures. What are your goals if appointed to the committee?
I would like to be an advocate for, like I said, for the parents, for the teachers, for the students, and I would like to be able to attend all the board meetings and give more of a clear, concise explanation as to what the parents would be entitled to and how much the Board of Education works for the schools and for the parents in the community.
And that's all we have. So thank you so much for coming out. We appreciate your time. And Ms. Pitts, if you would like
So
to
Ms. Moss, if you would care to, you would want to stay for the meeting?
I sure do.
Okay, you can certainly have a seat in the cafeteria because once we've completed our interviews, we will recess into executive session,
Okay.
make the appointments, and then we will come out to the cafeteria, continuing this meeting, and we will announce those who are going to be appointed.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time, everybody. I appreciate
Thank you
it.
for coming. Ms. Brady, if Christine is doing something.
Mr. Blake, Miss Andrews was much better than you. Sorry, my friend.
That's okay.
So far, you're in seventh place. You're quite welcome. I have to see something to entertain myself.
You did.
I feel like it's a runway. I don't know. you want me there?
Yes.
Ms. Boyle?
Yes, she can hear, hold on. Oh, yes. Ms. Thomas?
Yes, Sergeant. Present?
Yes, there's been
Okay.
two candidates, one couldn't make it, so we
Okay.
interviewed two, and Ms. Renzulli is next.
Is number 3, okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you. That's the board member.
Ms. Thomas? Hi.
Good evening, Ms. Renzulli.
Good evening.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. I have 2 questions for you to ask.
Okay.
Okay, the first question is, as a resident, excuse my voice a little bit. As a resident, A, how long have you lived in Winslow and which ward?
I'll answer the second question first. Hi, good evening, everybody. First, I'll just say that. I live in Ward 4 currently, and I have lived in the district over 25 years. Trying to do math in my head. When we moved in.
Okay. Have you ever volunteered in any capacity within the school district?
I have, specifically through the HSAs, but at School 4. And then I was president of the HSA for 3 years at School 6 when our oldest daughter was there. And then took a little break after, running a few things and helping get candy bar bingos and ice cream socials and fundraisers out. You tend to burn yourself out a little bit and you need a regroup. And then came back and was active at the middle school and now at high school with our youngest daughter, who's currently in high school. Our oldest just graduated.
And the second question is, having an understanding of committees, guidelines, and procedures. A, what strength do you possess that would be an asset to the community?
Great question. I think that one of the strengths is just being in the community and being accessible to the community through different community groups, like We Are Winslow, which is a very diverse community group and very broad with all types of community members in it, age, demographic, wards, so not just singularly being in sections of only Ward 4, but being able to hear voices from multiple wards and multiple members of the community. So being able to communicate some of those needs or, express some of their thought process as well. I think the other strength is just being able to be collaborative in terms of just having conversations and being able to be honest and being able to have open communication with, the board members who serve on that committee as well as community members.
And the last question, what are your goals if appointed to the committee?
I think that the goals would just be to, number one, learn, because I think that every committee that you sit on of that nature, you learn a little bit more about what the processes are, about how the procedures happen. And so listening and learning is the first thing I think that you always do when you enter a new committee or a new piece. And then the goal would really be to just have open communication, right? Be able to share ideas and really help elevate our district, which we are all so proud of, and just work together to continue that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
You too.
Yes.
Did you have a question?
Christie.
Christie.
Ms. Renzulli, just wanted to know, in the event that you might want to stay for the meeting, once you finish our interview, we will recess and we will make our selection. And then we will go out to the cafeteria, continue the meeting, and call up the names that we've accepted. So you can either stay in here or we will contact you in a moment.
Okay, perfect.
Okay?
Thank you for that information.
You're welcome.
Just like bronze medal territory at the moment.
Leave him alone.
Hi, everyone.
Good evening, Ms. Marshall. Are you okay with sitting with your foot down?
Yes, I'm good, thank you.
We only have two questions, both are two-part questions, but we'd like to thank you for your application and coming out tonight. So I will ask the question and you can respond to it.
Okay.
First question, as a resident, how long have you lived in Winslow and which ward?
I live in Ward 4, and I've been a Winslow Township resident since 2017.
And the second part, have you ever volunteered in any capacity with the school district?
Not within the schools itself. When my child came to the schools, it was right before the pandemic, so there was really no, but I ran as a write-in for the Board of Education.
Our second question, having an understanding of the committee's guidelines and procedures. Question 1, what strengths do you possess that would be an asset to this committee?
I think that my strengths are, I'm very detail-oriented. I have a great passion for students and education, as well as a passion for school and home communication.
And the final part, what are your goals if appointed to this committee?
My goals are learning more about the inner workings of the schools, talking to other parents, community members, and fostering that communication between the school board as well as the communities, parents, students. I think it's very important.
We'd like to thank you for coming out tonight, and our board president has some information she would like to share.
Okay, thank you very much.
So, Ms. Marshall, this completes your interview. If you care to stay for the rest of the meeting, you're certainly welcome to. Once we complete our interview, we will recess into executive session, we will make our selection, and then we will go down to the cafeteria to continue the meeting and let the public know who we selected. Now, you can either stay, that's fine, or not. Either way, you will be notified.
Okay, I appreciate it very much. Thank you for this opportunity.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we going up that round of it?
Yes.
That would be really good news for Mr. Blake.
What's interesting, Mr. Shaw will get the only gentleman that he's here.
Mr. Shaw.
He'll be the only male.
He was at 6:50 though, so
Oh, you didn't.
we were way ahead of schedule at 6:27.
Well, so that we won't waste time, and since Mr. Johnson, won't be here until 6:50. That's a whole couple of minutes that we can't afford to waste. And so since we've seen the majority of them, I'm going to recess into executive session, come out of executive session, and then interview Mr. Johnson, and then go back into executive session to vote about Mr. Johnson.
These are interesting names.
These are interesting. Okay, any questions, board members? Okay.
I do have a question.
Recording the executive session?
No.
No, not the executive session. Okay, because.
Yeah, that thing's on.
Okay,
We're gonna adjourn at this time.
Right,
Okay, so
so
I'm gonna,
we're about to go into executive session.
okay, I'm gonna adjourn this at this time.
I'm sorry?
Oh,
I didn't hear you.
so I'm just asking, that,
Yes.
we're gonna do it, I didn't hear, I was doing something, sorry. We're gonna go to executive session now.